Akashic Records hold all information, past, present, and future, and are available to assist you now.
Do you seek answers within yourself but don't know if you can trust your intuition? Do you desire positive change in life but feel unsupported by others? Do you suffer from failure to execute but have hit your point of enough? Not only have I been there, but I have found my way out, and so can you. The Akashic Records are your key to understanding any area of stagnation and hold solutions to your greatest challenges. My mission is to teach you everything I know about the Akashic Records, how to use them with mastery, while always staying in beginner's mind, which will keep you humble yet powerful. It's all within you. Come, let me show you.
What have I gained from the Akashic Records? Reading the Akashic Records has strengthened and deepened my intuition, and at the same time allowed me to build a deeper connection with the inner wisdom of my gut and my heart in order to be able to support and challenge the decisions that I've made in my head.
Learning to read the Akashic Records helped me to cultivate the courage and the knowledge to start a new business. It helped guidance become clearer. It helped me become more confident for my entire life moving forward.
Woo, I heard that. It helped me become more confident for my life moving forward too. Lisa, what's up, y'all? The records are now open. Welcome to the 1217 episode of Akashic Answers with Emily. Y'all are in for a treat today. I don't know how many of you have opened your Akashic Records before, but if you stick around today, you are going to get an opportunity to experience the Akashic Records. Hello, Dave. I'm happy that you are here. Ryan, I'm happy that you are here too. Y'all say hello once you get here. If this is the first time we are meeting, that I have the pleasure of meeting you. If you have followed your intuition into this space, I'm very happy that you are here. I'm Emily Harrison. I'm the founder director here inside the Akashic Academy. For the last decade, I have been training visionaries, thought leaders, and difference makers how to exit the world of ordinary mind. We'll talk a little bit about ordinary mind today. And tap into the frequency of superconscious intelligence through the Akashic Records. If you are new to the Akashic Records hold all information, past, present, all possible futures, and is recorded from a neutral perspective. Okay? Every single person out there, we all have a soul record that follows our soul's journey through time. The planet has an Akashic Record as well. Relationships have Akashic Records. Your house has an Akashic Records. Crystals, for that matter, have Akashic Records. And when I learned how to read the Akashic Records, everything in my life literally started to make sense. Okay? We are living here on this 3D planet, and we are experiencing a collective projection of reality. And right now, that collective projection of reality is very anchored in Maya, in illusion, in false truth. And this right now, y'all have a VIP seat. If you are a human on planet Earth right now, you have the most coveted seat in the galaxy for soul evolution, because what's happening on our planet right now is unprecedented. And what's happening today on this show is unprecedented. What's happening on Friday, y'all, this is why we're having this show today. We're going to talk about 3-Eye Atlas, this once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm going to tell you more about this incredible structure that's moving through our solar system, and you have a chance to tap into it today through the Akashic Records. All right, but the Akashic Records literally hold all information ever. And so I learned that I had an uncanny ability to read the Akashic Records. And I began to read my own Akashic Records, and I understood what I would call my previous life, my life in Hollywood. Again, if this is the first time we're meeting, I got a sorted pass, y'all. You think you got a sorted pass? No. Just in terms of, we all have had really challenging soul evolutions and incarnations in this lifetime. But I had 20 years in Hollywood had some awesome, wonderful, amazing experiences that I would not trade as an artist here on the planet. And I don't know if y'all think your job is bad. My soul got a little beat up there in Hollywood. Constant rejection, desire to fit in, willing to sell your soul for a trade-off of what feels like validation. Okay. And what I really experienced in that timeline was soul degradation. I mean, of course I was freaking depressed. I was taking depression medication. Anybody out there who has experienced depression or anxiety? I took medication for that for a while. I do not anymore now that I know how to tap in, and your body can make all of the medicine. Not to say that there aren't some Western medicines or Eastern medicines and things that are helpful for our body, but our bodies have the ability to self-heal. Okay. And I was able to heal my mental state and my emotional wounds. That's really how I healed my mental state, was by addressing the emotional wounds of my soul, which we all have them. We all have them. And then life started getting really good. Once I started cleaning up enough of my own trauma and taking responsibility for my life and what I had created and how I felt, and I started to take more responsibility for what I wanted to create, I tapped into another powerful frequency in the Akashic Records where we can tap into our unique soul genius and align ourselves to the timeline of our highest potential, where we're serving the planet in the way our soul came to serve the planet. And that's good stuff, y'all. And then I realized, well, it's not actually only me that has the ability to read the Akashic Records this well. Every single human on the planet is naturally wired to tap into this realm. We're doing it anyway. Just like we're manifesting anyway. Who's familiar, can wrap your head around that concept? We're not trying to manifest a certain life. Guys, we are manifesting everything we are experiencing in every single moment. Send some love, likes, hearts across the screen. You can show up and take that level of responsibility for your life. Okay? So once we learn to take that level of responsibility in our life, we start asking different questions. Okay? Naturally, our minds are asking questions. We don't even realize how many questions that they're asking, because most of the questions that our mind is asking are happening on the subconscious level. Okay. The average human has between 12 and 60,000 thoughts per day. 90% of those thoughts are negative. 80% of those thoughts are the same you had yesterday. 95 to 99% are subconscious. We don't even realize that we're thinking them. Okay. These are average statistics. And the reason that our brains are working on default mode, running these loops of negativity, is because our reptilian mind is trying to protect us from the emotional trauma that we didn't face and feel because we didn't have the tools to do it. And we stuffed it places inside of our body. Right? So this is why I love reading the Akashic Records, is because we can learn to tap in and ask very specific questions about our life, why we're stuck. The things that you feel stuck in your life, that's your karma, it's your soul karma. They're lessons that are here to help make you more resourceful. And if you can see from a higher perspective, WTF is going on, the whole process of soul evolution gets a lot easier. Okay. You stop cycling through the same karmic loops over and over and over again. So send some love, likes, hearts across the screen if you want to experience the higher part of your mind today. All right, like I said, the reason that we are tapping in today is because 3I Atlas, this is an interstellar object that it's only the third interstellar object that has ever been reported in our solar system. And as it moves through our solar system, if it doesn't break up as it approaches Jupiter, there's some possibility that might happen. But if this, I hesitate to even call it a comet, but if this being, I'll call it a being, if it doesn't break up and it stays intact, it's going to exit our solar system and we'll never see it again. Well, not in this lifetime. Okay. So there's an opportunity right now to tap in and connect and to communicate with this plasma ship through the Akashic Records. So not only do each one of us humans have Akashic Records, 3i Atlas also has an Akashic Record, and anything that is of public domain, you can tap in and get information from the Akashic Records. Now, if it's not public domain, if it's an actual person who has privacy rights and free will rights, you can't just open up the records of anybody that you want. Okay, you've got to have permission to open someone else's Akashic Records. You can't open your own Akashic Records and ask about your soul connection to someone else. Okay, so that's a way to, I'm not going to say bypass, because we want to respect everyone's privacy. But if you have a soul contract with someone that you need help understanding, your Akashic Records will help you understand your part of it. Cool. Okay, so here are some symbolic frameworks that are really important to know as we tap into 3i Atlas, okay? How many of you, by a show of hands, give me either an emoji or send some love likes hearts across the screen if you're familiar with 3i Atlas. So this is a messenger that is coming from outside our karmic loops, outside of our solar system. Joyce says, be careful not to get blue beamed, ladies and gentlemen. 3i Atlas is also, it's older than our sun. Okay, so what that means is that this ship is carrying an ancestral cosmic memory that we're going to get to tap into today. Very exciting. There are also themes of the water and the organics, the material that's actually comprising 3i Atlas. There are life-seeding metaphors. That's what we're seeing, is we're seeing the composition of life. Okay, when I think about how how the human genome was seeded, and we're seeded from stars, and you think about the stardust that interacts in our solar system here, that begins to go through an alchemical process and create life. We have a deliverer of archives of information and materials that are potentially shifting life, shifting consciousness in this planet or in this solar system, but also potentially further seeding life somewhere else in the galaxy that we get to contribute to, which is so cool. All right, there's a hyperbolic path. That means this is an invitation that we only get to meet once. It's going to come through our solar system and then exit out. 3i archetype. Everything in our I should say in the spiritual realms, when we're talking about communication, it's all through symbolism. It's all through, Nikolai Tesla says, vibration, and the universe speaks in symbolism. Okay, so just look at the 3i archetype. The third eye is waking up. 3 different levels of vision that we're able to see. Okay, we're seeing ourselves differently. We're seeing humanity differently. We're seeing our connection into the bigger solar system differently. I mean, guys, this scientific data seems to show that this is not a natural object, that this is an object of conscious intelligence. So what that means is that we are not the only conscious beings in the universe. So we're talking, if you like to talk about the aliens like I do, ETs and disclosure. I thought that disclosure might look like the ship's actually landing, beings getting out of the ship, like high-fiving us, being like, what's up? Or at least those of us that didn't run and take off. Although we're getting this sprinkling, we're getting this opportunity to warm up to the idea, because all we can really do is sit back and watch and be like, holy cow, we are not alone. All right, send some love, likes, hearts across the screen if you're excited to dive in. All right, I got a couple of announcements that I want to share. So again, Friday is when 3i Atlas will be the closest to Earth. It's approaching right now. Something else is cool is happening on Friday that I want to invite you guys into If you do not know Cara Malindi, my dear friend, my colleague, and former student, I trained her in the Akashic Records, so we have that in common. She is also a master astrologer, a business strategist. Cara is going to be joining me on the Akashic Playground on Friday, not only to talk about what's coming in the astrology for 2026, what we can expect, but if you have not seen the Akashic Playground, which some of you probably haven't, because we're only on episode 2. All right, this is a brand new show. This is where we're going to get a little rebellious. So if you want to see the rebellious side of Cara Malindi, make sure that you join us. I also want to share, if you want to hang out in person, I'm going to be at the Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles, February 20th. There is a link in the description if you want to buy a ticket to that. And then also Rise of the Guardians in Sedona. Those of you guys who want to get yourself into a vortex and activate, there is an incredible lineup, including my dear friend Bill Holman and the Mitchell Hedges Crystal Skull will be there in person at Rise of the Guardian. So you can find those links in the comments. All right, let me know. What are y'all excited for? What questions do you all want to ask through Atlas? I've got some questions for us that I will lead in the discussion, but if there are questions that you want to ask specifically, go ahead and light up my chat box with them. Okay. I also want to give everyone just a little more context about how the Akashic Records work. Okay. They work by what's known as invitation only, which means we must invite forward the intelligence that we want. That's why we got to ask questions. All right, the intelligence is going to come back into your mind through your imagination. If you have never done this before, yes, you will feel like you're making it up. That's how you know you're doing it right. Okay, one of the reasons that I am really good at this is because I spent 20 years as an actress and I studied something called improv. And improv, you have to follow a rule called yes and, meaning you can't go, I'm not getting anything. Remember, I already gave you all the statistics of how your brain works. Don't tell me all of a sudden magically now you can shut your brain off. No, you just want to be able to pick up the thoughts, the impulses that are coming in. So they might not be thoughts. They might be. You want to notice your thoughts. They might be pictures that come into your mind. Okay, some of you are predominantly clairvoyant. That's your major intuitive skill, the one that's the most intact. You'll know if you're clairvoyant, if that's your dominant one, if you're very visual, if you have very alive dream times, if you can see auras, if you close your eyes and it's easy for you to remember pictures or movies playing in your mind, you're pretty visual. Some of you might hear what sounds like a voice or your own voice in your mind. You might feel sensation in your body. Some of you might not get anything that feels cognitive. Jeez Louise, Emily, just sit still. Sorry, the energies just started pumping up and I'm jumping all over the place and just whacking my mic like I'm seriously a pro. Consummate professional. All right, let me just drop back in. Some of you will hear a feed that might sound like your own voice. You might feel energy. So if it's not cognitive in your field, if you're just noticing the goosies or sensations or temperatures moving in your body, you're primary clairsentient. I will make sure to leave a gift for you all right, so that you can study these different clairsenses and turn all of them on more. Actually, it takes 15 seconds a day to strengthen these muscles. All right, we're also going to use a piece of technology called the crystalline tube of light. This is how I take people into the Akashic Records. There are many ways to get into your Akashic Records. The most important thing that you need to know is you've got to become a vibrational match. Again, the records are recorded from a perspective of unconditional love and zero judgment. So we've got to make ourselves a match to unconditional love and zero judgment. I know, good luck doing that. Now, I got a method. We're going to use some visualization, some sound, some breath work that is designed to move us into that state. Okay, but there are lots of different ways that you can get into the records. The way I'm taking you in today is not the only way, although the way that I'm taking you in today was uniquely gifted to me by my guides. So unless you're working with me or you've trained with me, that's the only place that you're going to find this specific method on how to get in. Now, while I said my guides gifted me this, just like I thought, I'm very good at reading the Akashic Records when I learned how to read them. I used a piece of technology, or I should say the guides illuminated in my field a piece of technology that we're also going to use. It's called the crystalline tube of light. It is also a plasma technology. It runs up and down your spine. And the way it works is it responds to our intention. And because it's plasma and we live in an information-based system here, what happens is the intelligence rearranges itself through this plasma tube based on the questions that we're asking or what we're inviting for, the intention. So that's then when it's your job to notice, it's your body's job to decode what's coming into your field. Whether it's information that you're feeling in your body, that you're cognitively getting in your mind, hearing, or seeing. All right, so we're going to use the crystalline tube of light. I have one more thing I want to read to y'all here before we start diving in. And this is I called it an opening monologue. I read this to my students, channeled this in and read it to my advanced Jedi students, just to bring us all into coherence around why this work is so important. Okay, so our human bodies, these are a masterpiece of technology, of conscious technology. Okay, this masterpiece is a piece of technology that allows consciousness to know itself. So how you perceive the world, what you think, your impressions of life here, all of that is getting uploaded and recorded into the Akashic Records. It's part of the bigger cosmic library of intelligence. And it affects not only our future, meaning your future individually, my thoughts, my perceptions of what I'm experiencing, the story that I tell myself, not only affects what I experience in my life because I'm a creator, but it affects the greater evolution of humanity. Okay, so before we begin opening the records today, I want to remind you of something very profound. Your perspective matters. Not because you need to get anything right today, but because your awareness itself is part of how consciousness evolves. Every time a human being observes something new, we literally change what becomes possible for the collective. Every time we meet the unknown with curiosity instead of fear, we change the future projection of humanity. Mike is feeling it today. You feel it, kitty cat? Oh no, it's important. Cats also see into the dimension. So this powerful work that we're doing here today, Michael will protect us as we open up the field. Although there are protection mechanisms already woven into this process where only the frequencies of the highest light, love, and light can join us in this space, okay? The Akash is not a library of fixed stories. It is a living field that is written and rewritten through our intention, through our interpretation, and our courage to witness what we don't yet understand. So as we connect to Three-Eye Atlas today, an interstellar visitor older than our sun, remember your insights, your symbols, your questions, your felt sense. All of it becomes part of the record that future consciousness builds upon. You're not passive observers. You are co-authors of humanity's understanding. And the way you choose to perceive this moment with openness, imagination, clarity, and grounded truth ripples far beyond this sacred classroom. So thank you for bringing your presence. Thank you for bringing your perspective. And thank you for helping to write the next chapter of our collective awakening. Aho. Get some snaps. Let's go. All right. With no further ado, everybody, I'm going to invite you to sit up nice and straight. Feel all four corners of your feet on the floor. Tuck your tailbone, your chin under, elongating your spine, taking some deep breaths. Remember, the spine is the technology piece that we're going to use. I'm going to pop over here to my media assets and put on some music for us. How about Into Space? Oh, no. There we go. All right, just a little bit of background music there for us. All right, will y'all let me know in the comments, can you hear the music? Just bringing some sounds, some tones into the field. Yeah, I don't like that beat. All right, I'm gonna can the music. It kind of distracts me anyway. I like having a little bit of something sometimes. Y'all keep breathing. Don't mind me. I'm a professional. Why the heck am I media? Okay. Everybody sitting up nice and straight. Feeling all four corners of your feet on the floor, tucking the tailbone and chin under, elongating the spine, laying the palms up, open and receptive on your lap. Taking a deep breath in through your nose, creating space. Deep breath in. Good. Bring spaciousness into the body. Pause at the top of that breath. Hold. Gentle pause. This is 0 point energy. We're resetting here. Let that spaciousness integrate into your body, your mind, your emotions. Now gently exhale like this through pursed lips. Send energy into the field, space into the field. Good. Pausing at the bottom of the breath. Second deep breath in. Call light into your body. Light from 360 degrees enters into your cellular structure. Hold at the top, everybody. Gentle hold. Turn your awareness inward. See if you can notice every cell of your body illuminating with rainbow colored light. As you gently exhale, pursed lips. This is helping the circuitry in your body prepare itself to receive transmission. Good. Pause at the bottom of the breath. It's okay that you feel empty. Relax into it. Be in the void. Good. Deep breath in. Third breath in. Calling your consciousness into the now moment. Good. Pause at the top of that breath. Give yourself permission to let go of everything that happened before this moment and everything you still get to show up to. Good. Nice slow exhale. Following the breath with your awareness. Arriving gently at the end of your exhale, fully present, ready to work. You can let the breath return to a normal pace. I want you to turn your awareness inward. Focus on the crystalline tube of light. As you imagine seeing it in your mind, you will activate the crystalline tube of light. Go taking a few nice deep breaths to clear out that channel. And then with your intention, with your imagination, sending that crystalline tube of light down into the core of Mother Earth, anchoring deep into the core, the belly of Mother Earth. Good. You'll feel yourself intuitively tap in and just give yourself a few moments of connection here. See if you can notice the bidirectional nature of the crystalline tube of light. You can release any density, any stress, any anxiety that you're holding into Mother Earth for transmutation. Also notice that you can draw up the original divine blueprint of Mother Earth, of Goddess Sophia, who is so fully embodied in her Christed consciousness energy that she incarnated as a physical planet. And our bodies are in divine coherence. We are a holographic representation of the planet. So allow that, your Christed conscious potentiality, to become activated through your DNA right now. Some of you are going to be able to feel that happening. It's okay. Even if you don't feel anything, it's still happening. Good. Bringing the awareness now to the crystalline tube of light. Sending the crystalline tube of light out the top of your head, all the way up through the layers of space and time. Exiting the universe, exiting the multiverse. Inhale as you anchor into the Akash. And setting an exhale setting the intention that as you exhale, that your body can acclimate to this energy. So setting that intention. Good. And now see if you can notice the intelligence of your soul forward and backward through time. Imagine it illuminating in photons of light. Remember, everything is energy. Sound is a particular vibrational frequency that stores and transfers knowledge. So does light, these photons of light that you are tapping into now through your powerful imagination. This is your access to the quantum field. These photons of light carry the intelligence of your soul. So allow those to come spiraling down the crystalline tube of light now, moving very quickly through the layers of space and time, integrating into your upper gateways, harnessing, activating in the soul star, spiraling down through the crown, third eye, fourth eye, throat, ascended heart, solar plexus, sacral root, spiraling down out your feet, activating earth star chakra below your feet and anchoring into the core of Mother Earth. Breathing. Your crystalline tube of light is now anchored into the core of our planet and into the Akash, the realm of soul intelligence. And I want you to imagine this current of energy running as a giant figure 8 through the crystalline tube of light. And dropping the consciousness from the mind, letting the monkey mind have a rest. Monkey mind does not need to process any of this. Drop the consciousness down into the heart mind. We will sound the 5 sacred ohms now and open the Akashic records. You can open your own Akashic records, and then we will communicate with Atlas through your Akashic records. You can repeat after me. And when you hear me ohming, we'll ohm together. The ohm vibrational frequency will prepare your body to receive the communication and transmissions that are available for you here today. With this ohm, I relax my body. With this ohm, I relax my mind. With this ohm, I release my ego. With this ohm, I call in the light. With this ohm, I open the Akashic records of Emily Suzanne Harrison. And you can use your full name. That will bring up the frequency of your soul records and any masters, teachers, loved ones, and guides that wish to communicate with you today. The records are now open. Okay, everybody, staying in this imaginative, meditative state, I want you to imagine Three-Eye Atlas. Okay, Three-Eye Atlas, it looks like a comet. It's a plasma being. Has turned gold in color now. So just in whatever way is meaningful for you, create a connection within your imagination into Three-Eye Atlas and see it coming closer and closer into you. And allow this connection to be facilitated through curiosity, not fear. If anybody's nervous system starts getting ramped up, just nice deep breaths. Okay. And when you feel like you have made that connection again, you might feel the click like we did when we tapped into Mother Earth. Don't force it, just allow. Allow it to be there. Okay. And now I'm going to begin asking the questions, and I want you to notice what flows back into your field when the question is asked. So let's first look at origin and purpose of 3i Atlas. What teaching or frequency does this visitor carry? What teaching or frequency does this visitor carry? And allow yourself just to receive impressions, okay? I'm just going to hold the space for you all to receive those impressions. And then I want to hear what's coming in for you. Okay, it's okay if it's a symbol. It's okay if it feels like it's a message. But I would love to hear from you all out there. What feels like it's coming in? Okay. I'm going to see what's coming in for me. What teaching or frequency does the visitor carry? The biggest overarching theme is remembrance. And remembering the truth of who we are and how powerful we are. And we're going to remember this through symbolism, through looking symbolically at the meaning of what's happening here on the planet, what that means to us, what that means to all right, well, here's the biggest thing the guides are saying right now is the breakdown that's happening on the planet right now. Can we symbolically look within ourselves and find the mirror of where the breakdown is occurring within ourselves, where we don't trust our own leadership, where we're at war with ourselves? Yes, where we're moving too fast, right? Where we need to slow down. And as I shared the opening teachings about the Akashic Records, I talked about how important it is that we're willing to take personal responsibility. Here's why. Let me just invite y'all, get excited about finding the war within yourself and where you don't trust your own leadership, because that shit you can fix. Okay? And we know that this reality that we're all experiencing, it's a holographic projection. And it's being projected through primarily our thoughts. Also, our feelings definitely influence the field. Although the 7 Hermetic principles, these are cosmic laws, that if you begin studying the cosmic laws, it's, again, shit start making sense, okay? Cosmic law number 1, the first principle of Hermeticism is that we live in a mental universe, that everything is mental in nature. Okay? Thoughts become things. Buddha said it himself. Scientists have also been able to trace the construct of the universe back to a binary system of zeros and ones, an information-based system. So our thoughts are collectively creating the reality that we're experiencing, anything that's going on inside of our mind. So that's why if we feel disempowered, that's bad. Then we're giving away our power to collectively show up and to create the future. Okay, another aspect of mind that has been really alive in my field lately has been the original fracture of the human psyche, which happened on Mars because we warred the heck out of each other on Mars. And here's the deal with where our evolution was once we got to Mars. We had our physical body, we had the mental body. Okay, the emotional body, the spirit body was not yet fully intact. So it makes sense that we're going to try to power up each other with our big, strong physical bodies and our powerful mental bodies. All right, and that's carrying over into this life on earth where we get to create heaven on earth by bringing in taming of the mind and compassion. We need the compassion, the emotional body too. But the leftover work that we need to do from the mind that is left over from this war within ourselves, war within each other that we created, is the war within the mind where we tend to look at everything through the negative rather than the positive. And we're set on default mode. We're switching it now. I'm switching mine. I don't know about you, but high five if you want to switch it. You can. You are in charge of you. So when we recognize that we have the power to change so much about our experience through our perception, that's getting our power back. Okay, so that's what Hermetic principle number 1 tells us. The second Hermetic principle, the principle of correspondence, says as above, so below, as within, so without. This basically describes everything as the reflection projection. So everything that's happening in our outside world, it's happening because it's a reflection of what's happening within each one of us. So if we can take our power back and stop warring within ourselves, we'll stop seeing the mirrored reflection of that in the outside world. Make sense? Send some love, likes, hearts across the screen if this makes sense. All right, I'd love to know anything else that you guys are getting from that question. Yes, and Sebastian, what's the most important question that we need to be asking ourselves? Thank you. We're going to be asking some questions. What I'm getting right now in terms of the most important question that we need to be asking ourselves is how to find our way back to peace. How do I become the most peaceful version of myself? ASAP. Okay. All right. Deep breath in. We're going to drop back into the field. I got another question here. Closing your eyes, dropping back into that state of connection. This is a question about personal growth for each one of us. What part of me is ready to evolve through this encounter? This encounter with 3i Atlas. What part of me is ready to evolve? And notice what drops in your field once the question is posed. And just allow yourself to receive impressions. Cool. I'd love to know what's coming through. What is now available for your soul to evolve through? Believe it or not, I still have some challenges being seen, which sometimes I get messages that don't fully resonate 100% in the beginning. So I'm like, what do you mean? I do shows every week. Y'all see how many videos I put out there. I'm a former actress. Like I don't really think I have any challenges being seen. And I do. I definitely have some that illuminate in the 3D world in certain ways. Open self-expression. Yes. Thank you, Sunny. That look like my stuff getting shadow banned. And I think if I even say that word, that it gets worse. So y'all send some love, likes, hearts across the screen so we can break the ban, blow up the algorithms. And yeah, I do. When I got that piece of information, I'm like, okay, well, that's data. So what part of me still feels nervous to be seen? And I invite that intelligence forward by asking the questions, and then life begins to show me, right? Show me the places where it feels a little weird or a little awkward, or, I got to pump myself up sometimes just to go do it. And then there's another one for me that I am definitely excited to continue to heal from is relationship trauma. I love my job and I love what I do, and it's easy for me to create something new in the academy, get more clients, teach more people stuff, go speak at more events, than just to sit quietly with myself and the things that challenge and bring pain to me. All right. And facing and feeling is one of the best ways to heal. We got to do that. And it's one of the easiest ways to do it. And if you're in a community and you have a tribe around you of people doing this work, it's just about the discipline to do it, because you have all the tools. If you do not have tribe, I'm happy that you're here. You need to dive into communities where you get to feel more held. All right, we're going to go back in. Take a deep breath in, everybody. Nice slow exhale. Let yourself disassociate from the physical. Oh, which I forgot to say, if anybody driving, come back to this later. Keep driving. Don't do this while you're driving. Okay. But you'll notice that even as you take a nice deep inhale and exhale with the intention to begin to disassociate from the physical, from your body, you go into that very high vibrational space where you can access information very quickly and easily, and then we'll bring it back into the body. Okay, so the next question has to do with our collective timeline. Okay, what human patterns is this event, 3i Atlas, coming into our solar system? What human events is this mirroring back to us? Okay, and let yourself receive impressions. Sunny, Sebastian, Kevin, thanks for playing. Ryan, thanks for playing. I'd like to hear what comes in for you on this one. I feel like there are more of you out there that are getting some powerful information too. Remember how important your perspective is. So I encourage you to share. What human pattern is this event mirroring back to us? Let me drop in and see what the guides will illuminate for me. What the guides are sharing with me, it's the importance of approaching the unknown with curiosity over judgment. Approaching the unknown with curiosity over judgment. Sunny, Moon, thank you for sharing. Yes. Sacred eldership. Yes. Chills through my whole body on that one. Yeah, the elders, that theme is very much alive for me as well. Yeah, I just brought my dad here to Reno, and we were living out a pretty epic adventure together. And yeah, his wisdom and companionship as an elder is invaluable. It's so freaking cool. And our society is not 100% built for that level of sacred awareness. So that's definitely something that I'm experiencing. There's another aspect of sacred eldership that I'm experiencing too. Sherry, what's up, Sherry? I'm excited to see you tomorrow. All right, Sherry, bright light shining on hidden events. Yes. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Thank you for saying that out loud. How many of y'all would just like some light shined on the hidden events that are happening in our world, in our country, with our government, with technologies, with medicine, right? Freaking thank you, Sherry. All right, cool little story that I wanted to share about the elders. Y'all, I have been training with the Kachina elders. Who knows who the Kachina elders and the Kachina consciousness are? They come from the Native American lineage. Kevin says yes. Yellow Kachina and blue Kachina. They're stars. They're guides in the sky. And there's a prophecy of the Kachina that was shared with me by, a real life, ordained, authentic. I don't think they use any of those words. Hopi storyteller. Okay, my new friend Jerry. We'll be working with Jerry through the Way of Being Foundation. And Jerry was sharing with me the prophecy of the blue Kachina and the yellow Kachina. And as soon as he shared, I was in a council meeting with 6 of us total. Okay, 3 of us from white and mixed races here on the surface of the planet, and then 3 representatives from the indigenous cultures coming together for powerful, fun meetings and things that are happening. We're reversing energy in the stargates. We're doing missions together now, y'all. Okay, but when Jerry told me the story of the blue and the yellow Kachina, for 3 nights at least afterwards, I began dreaming of these elder consciousness, their guides. Okay, and the prophecy of the blue and the yellow Kachina, I'm not going to go into it right now, although these are really powerful elder consciousness that showed up. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, wow, this is amazing. So when I say that I'm working with these consciousnesses, what I mean specifically is these 2 elder consciousnesses are coming through the dreamscape for me. Cool. All right, Ryan sharing balance. Balance is what your soul. Yes. Oh my gosh. Balance. The balance of masculine and feminine. Y'all, as soon as we get this right, things are going to be a whole lot better, because this is actually why we've had wipes of our civilization in the past here on the planet, and wipes of the intelligence and, the history of our planet, is because we've gotten out of balance very simply with our masculine feminine energy. And the masculine and feminine will represent in other ways as well, as dark and light, as technology and nature. Okay. Symbolism, work the symbolism. All right. We got a couple more questions here. Y'all having fun? Send some love, likes, hearts across the screen if you're having fun. This is powerful and impactful to you. If you're going to share it with a friend when you're done, because this was powerful, let me know. Okay, deep breath in. Good. As you exhale, allow yourself to disassociate from the physical realm, from the stress, from the Maya, from the illusion, and allow your consciousness to exist purely in the high vibrational state of thought, of light, of truth. We're going to ask about life and chemistry now. Remember, I shared that there was water and minerals and organic building blocks of life on 3i Atlas. What insights arise about life's distribution across the cosmos? When you begin thinking about very philosophic, very esoteric ideas about the seeding of life, what comes into your field? What do you remember? Just notice, just receive impressions. This is your memory, your ancient cosmic memory turning back on. Whew. All right, I was just able to remember and locate myself in every aspect of consciousness, a glimpse of unity consciousness where I recognize myself as a critical part of everything in the universe that has ever happened or ever will happen. It's a lot to hold. I might giggle and wiggle. Ryan says you already shared. Thank you, Ryan. And you'll share again. I love it. All right. What were you guys able to notice about the distribution of life across the cosmos? When we ask that question, what illuminated in your ancient cosmic memory? Oh, you powerful Jedis. Sunny says an unfolding. Yes. Thank you. I felt my body's having a physical response to that. Sunny, when you say it, is my clairsentience is going off. Again, it's all data. It's all intelligence. We're learning to speak the language of the cosmos. Cool. And for you Jedis, learning to speak the language of the cosmos, I told you I'd give you a gift. Let me pop it in the comments here for you. All right, so this is a training. The training itself is 30 minutes, okay? In the training, you are going to learn how to specifically isolate and exercise your 4 main clairsenses: clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience. Is that the one I missed? There are actually more. You also have clary. Hang on. Clairsmelly, which is my name for it. It's called clairolfactory or something similar. And you have clairgustance, clairsmelliant, clairtasty as well. And you have way the heck more clairs than even that. The ancient Egyptians had 360 extrasensory perceptions, ways to get intelligence outside of their 5 senses. Okay. We're just going to focus on those 4 main ones in this video. But you seriously, you will learn exercises that will help you sharpen these skills in 15 seconds a day, so that your intuition is your ability to know something instantly, to get this instant information. It can become a reliable source of wisdom for you when you learn to trust it. And you got to use it and exercise it to learn to trust it. Okay. In terms of what we're getting, Sherry, yes, we're all connected. And we have supported each other in many ways throughout all times. Beautiful. Yes. Okay. You guys are feeling it. Yes. That we're all one. That was a powerful transmission that came in. I say we glimpsed it, meaning not only did I see it, like I felt it. I embodied it. It was visceral. Okay, let's ask the guides to help us right now as we learn to increase our bandwidth and to hold that frequency as our baseline resonance. That truth of unity consciousness feels so good. This is why I love Wednesdays, because even if I don't really feel like myself, which I did not today, I felt unmotivated and tired and a little melancholy, to be honest. So doing movement practices, if you guys are feeling those things that I was feeling, do movement practices. You've got stagnant energy in the body. You need to move it. Okay. Exercising, getting out in nature. I did all those things. And then come into family and community and serve others. That make your ass feel good. Okay. Yeah. Steph feeling it, that we are all one. It's just hidden. Guides, great spirit, Mother Earth, Father Sky, all of each one of us who hold that power. May we hold the space to illuminate the truth, to remember the truth, and to support each other as our nervous systems come into that remembering. For a lot of us, we know that truth, yet we haven't experienced it in the physical. And so we feel scared. It's trust thing, right? We feel like the rug is going to get pulled out from underneath us. Like we're going to be hurt or crushed or have heartbreak and be separated in some form or fashion. And that's artificial suffering. It's just really, it's not even true. Not even true. So praying for humanity as we come to see that, and we can remember happiness and peace and connection is our second nature. We're coming out of the shadows and do not need to be fearing it. Thank you, Ryan. Aho. Fear and potential are the same energies exercised in opposite directions. Okay, one more question here. Deep breath in, everybody. Exhale. Releasing the density, releasing the connection to the physical realm and existing in that high frequency of thought. What is humanity being invited to mature into? Oh, and thank you all for playing on this one. All your impressions right now are being recorded into the Akash, shifting the potential for humanity. What is humanity being invited to mature into? See it, feel it. We are empowered. We are sovereign beings. We are serving the planet in our unique genius. We are collaborating. We are creating peace, power, and plenty, structures that support that. We're creating new structures for education, for healing. Aho, tell me what you all see. Truth. Yes. I see you, Linda. Thank you for being here. Beautiful work today. Y'all, thank you for being here. Let's blow up the algorithms one more time. Hopefully you're typing in a comment for me. What did you get? What is humanity being invited to mature into? Let me know in the comments if you are not typing what you got in the Akashic Records in the comments. Just do the little kid like at the elevator and just push the button, the heart button, heart, 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 heart. Blow up the algorithms, heart, 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 heart. Okay. And thank you all for playing at such a high level. This has been a really, really important episode. I can't believe I licked my mic right as I said that. I wish I could go back and change that. All right. Maybe I'll acceptance. It's just what I needed, Lynn. All right. This has been a really special episode. Maybe you want to share it out. No, the more of us that are taking this time to have an experience of what the future of humanity can look like, especially as 3i Atlas is getting close here. Seriously, the more people that play along in this episode, the faster we will change the planet. So send this to your most powerful friends. All right. Your friends with the biggest, craziest minds, with the, epic visions of grandeur for what they want for themselves and what they want for humanity. Please send them this so they can play along. I love you guys. All right. We're going to close the Akashic Records. Here's another thing that I want you to know. 90% of the work that we did today unfolds after you close the records. Okay. So your perception, you're going to continue to look at things differently. This is good. You want this to happen, but just be aware that you're going to continue to perceive a lot of things differently after we close the records. It's designed to work that way. I also want to invite you to physically bring the hands together in prayer pose, a slight pressure against the left and right palm. Yes, respectfulness. You're welcome, Kev. And when you put pressure against left and right palm, it's going to help the left and right hemispheres of your brain integrate in balance. Thank you, Ryan. Okay, thumbs touching each other in the heart. That completes the circuitry. And we give thanks for all knowledge and healing that comes forward in this space, and acknowledge the frequency of oneness. And with one final Om, closing the Akashic Records. The records are now closed. Cool. All right, I got one more exciting freebie for y'all. Like I said, every single one of you can learn how to read the Akashic Records. Well, you actually already did. All right. You already learned the methodology on how to open them. Now, there is a lot more nuance. And there are very specific questions that as you begin to ask, you can understand how you are currently programmed to love yourself, which is your central power point of everything that you can create comes from a place of self-worth. And some of your self-worth isn't dialed to its highest frequency. You can understand why and rewrite that in your Akashic Record so that you become more powerful. Okay. Some of you have challenging relationships with money. Again, tied into self-worth. You can understand why and you can rewrite that in your Akashic Records. Some of you have challenges in your health. You have manifested physical dis-ease or emotional dis-ease or mental dis-ease in your body, in your life, in your experience. You can understand why you did it so that you could learn something. Okay, there's an incredible lesson for your soul to become more resourceful. So you can learn about what that lesson is and you can rewrite it by learning how to ask the right questions and how to utilize the frequencies of the Akashic medicine to their highest potential in your life. Okay. So for those of you, career changes too. That's a big one. If you're on the wrong timeline in your life, you still showing up at corporate, your ass is really a shaman and you know it, but you can't tell anybody around you yet. Okay. Yes. I get it. You're in the wrong timeline. There's a timeline of higher potentiality where your soul is going to be happier. Okay. How you get to that timeline, finish learning the lessons of the timeline you're in and then create the new one. And your Akashic records can give you literally step-by-step instructions on how to do that. All right. So for those of you who want to learn how to read your own Akashic records, I want to invite you into a call with me. Some of you are going to be ready and right for my training. Not all of you. That's okay. All right. But for those of you who want to discover if this is right for you and if you might be a right fit for this training, you can hop on a free call with me. All right. The link is there. I'm sure you're not writing it down from the screen. I'm just basically showing you. All right. The link is in the description of the YouTube channel. So for those of you who want to hop on a call and see if this is a right fit for you, I cordially and sacredly invite you into that conversation with me. And I will see you back here again next time. Thanks for playing. I love you all. Friday, day after tomorrow, come hang with Kara, Melindy, and myself. You can see the rebellious sides of us angel ladies. All right. Bye, guys.